Good evening, everybody, and welcome to, the stream. So, we have a really kind of special game today. If my capture would work. Please. Please. Yep, it's gonna work. Come on. Yeah, there it goes. Alright. So, this is called Hero of Law. I just saw this was a thing. I know it's been out for like a month, but whatever. This is a mashup between The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and Phoenix Wright. And I could not be happier right now. So shout out to Newer Team for this ROM hack. I'm so excited for this, so let's go. Game autosaves after each scene. Do not turn off your console. During scene transitions, console. Yeah, sure. So quiet. I don't know who's talking right now. Do you think they forgot? Forget a royal visitation. No one can make such a blunder, princess. Okay, so Zelda plus, I'm assuming Impa hanging out with her. Yep, Zelda. Well, I guess I should just go in. Oh my god. Oh my god, Talon's dead. Oh my god. This is the corner. Oh my god, it's beautiful. March 17th, 9:37 a.m. Hyrule Grand Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Oh my god, we have a court record and everything. Oh my god, the track is already going hard. You think that after so many years of doing this, I'd be used to stress. Oh, you'll never be used to stress, Link. So why am I shaking? Yeah, I guess it's a lot worse when it's your friend's life that's on the line. Come on, gotta look professional. She can't see you like this. Speaking of her, though, where is she anyway? Hey, you over there. Oh wow, this Link actually talks? Okay. Huh, what is it, attorney? The trial isn't starting yet. But it will be soon, right? But you happen to know why my client isn't here yet. I didn't get to speak much with her when she was arrested, so... I was hoping I could at least exchange a word with her now. Well, you weren't the only one with the idea. I believe she's currently in the prosecutor's lobby. He wanted to talk to her as well. Oh, who's our prosecutor? What is up with this guy? He bars me from the crime scene, blocks my detention center visits, and now this? Not to worry, she will definitely be here before the trial. Great. That'll be a joyous 5 minutes indeed. But there's nothing I can do but wait. I can't wait to see who the judge is. It's gotta be the king, right? Sometime later. Okay, this is ridiculous. How much longer can he keep her? Yeah, see, there she is. No need to get all worked up. Oh, hi, Malin. Is something wrong? Did I hear shouting? So much for looking professional. They kept the Phoenix kind of self-snark, which is really good. It really works, actually. Oh, no, don't worry. Everything's fine. This is Malin. Ever since we met in Hyrule Castletown all those years ago, we've been great friends. Her heart's in the right place. I know she cared deeply about her father. If everything's fine, why do you look so worried? Well, how did the investigation go? Did you find anything? Girl, we weren't able to investigate. I'm sorry. Yes, the investigation. I found tons of, groundbreaking stuff. Great, we're lying. Particularly that my opponent's a real scumbag. What did the prosecutor want from you anyway? Well, it was mostly just threats. Yeah, now that checks out with Phoenix, right? He kept explaining in detail what will happen to me if I'm found guilty. Doesn't sound like a vital discussion that needed to happen right before the trial. He probably just did this so we wouldn't have as much time to talk. You believe in me, right? I didn't do it. I never. I got you, Malin. I believe you. You're awesome. Of course I believe you. Although, I'll be honest, things aren't looking very good right now. Well, she's all sad. Yeah, what you got there? Oh, this is just a pictograph of Father I carry around. I just can't believe he's gone. Bringing Ingo's there. I wish I knew how to cheer her up right now. I'm not very good at handling emotional clients. Hey, you know, that pictograph could be really useful for the trial. Oh, how so? Well, you look so happy together. I can present it to show that you two had a great relationship. You really think so? Yes. Thanks, Malin. I like that it's pictograph. I like that they're keeping these things, you know? At least I'll be walking in there with something other than my badge. Oh my god, I need to see the badge. It's the light medallion. Oh, I'm here for this. Let's go. Oh wait, we shouldn't just be idly chatting. Anyway, there's not much time left. I know it's hard to talk about, but could you tell me what actually happened? I don't stand much of a chance if I don't know your version of the story. I understand. Unfortunately, there really isn't much time to... Oh no. Trial is starting. Defendant attorney, please enter the courtroom at once. Uh-oh. Shouldn't have said that stuff about having no chance. Alright, everything will be fine. The prosecutor has been playing me for a fool since this began, but sooner or later his arrogance will be his undoing. Let's head inside. My name is Link. I have been a defense attorney for the last 7 years. Okay. I won my fair share of cases. I'm awesome too, but this one's personal. There's so much at stake here. Not only do I have to save Malin's life, I gotta find out who did this to Talon. Talon. He was always so kind. He didn't deserve this. I need to do justice. I can't lose this. Yeah. Prosecutor Ganon. Oh my god, it's Rauru. What's up? Court is now in session for the trial of Malin of Lon Lon Ranch. Yo, we look so snazzy. Hold up. With like the Zora tunic blue? We're looking real snazzy. Just spilt water all over my feet. Yikes. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, they're actually going with Dragmire. I sincerely doubt that. What were they thinking? Pitting me against some pathetic kid. Hey, this pathetic kid's gonna kick your ass. Still your tongue. You bring shame upon the fine color of your hair, vile woman. Okay, just because we're both redheads. Listen, you don't need to be catty about our hair colors, okay? Before long, the world shall know the horrible deeds you've committed. Let us not prolong the inevitable. Shall we begin? Now, this court is no place to be exchanging insults. What is this a mashup of? This... Oh my god. The music is so good. Since the prosecution seems ready as well, let's hear their opening statement. The opening statement shall also be the closing one. Oh my god, the pointing and everything. The smile. This is amazing. The girl did it, it's obvious. She killed her own father in cold blood. Also, she could have the ranch to herself. Couldn't wait for the old fool to die naturally, could you, you greedy little rat? Don't call me a rat. I'm a horse girl. Yeah. Your Honor, you can't allow this man to verbally abuse the defendant like this. She committed murder, kid. She deserves every bit of scorn she gets. I do believe a little less commentary wouldn't go amiss. Bah. I assure you, old man, you will change your opinion once you see all the damning evidence. Who is this guy? How can he speak to the judge like that? Ganondorf Dragmire. Because I've been lucky to avoid meeting this man until now. Stories I've heard about him must be true. A boorish barbarian of a man hailing from the Gerudo province. Apparently, he prides himself on the nearly clean streak he's cultivated for decades. All while disrespecting everyone in the court, including the judge. Oh, he's like, oh my god. He's from the last case in game 1 of the original trilogy. What's his name? Von Karma. He's like Von Karma. I even heard some attorneys refer to him as the King of Evil. Definitely has that look at the very least. Who wears full armor to court? I mean, we're asking the real questions. That would get so uncomfortable so fast. Very well, please present your case to the court. You don't seem to like me talking, so I'll just let the detective— Oh my god, who's the detective? Present the basics. Impa! Yeah! Bring Impa of the Sheikah Force to the stand. Well, here we go. The first battle. I know Impa. She's quite a competent detective. Which worries me. Please let her have made a mistake just this once. You think Impa's gonna make a mistake? Oh, look at her outfit. She looks so cool. Alright, state your name and whatever it is you pretend to do. You never change, do you, prosecutor? Any possible change would be for the worse. Now, stop wasting time. Name and occupation. Oh, man. Very well. I am Impa, head detective of the Sheikah Force, Homicide Division. True for now, at least. Well, what are you waiting for? Start talking. Stop punching the desk, dude! You were the one assigned to this case, so you know all about it. What calamity has befallen our fair kingdom? So can't be bothered to give a proper opening statement? I suppose I can do the prosecutor's job for him this time, for the sake of an unbiased look. I love her. Please go ahead, detective. Okay. The incident happened early yesterday morning on Lon Ranch, a local supplier of goods located just south of Castletown. The current owner of the homestead, Talon, was found dead in his ranch house. Hey, what's up, King? How you doing? This is Hero of Law. This is a ROM hack of Ocarina of Time, mashed up with Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. So I'm in heaven right now. This released like a month ago. I just found out about it today. So as you can see, the judge is Rauru. A tragic loss for our kingdom for sure. I've seen the man around Castletown a number of times delivering goods and sleeping. Impa's our detective. Impa's our gumshoe. Quite. The owner was a rather important figure in the local community. In any case, we were alerted to the scene of the murder by the Royal Guard, who were there on official business. Official business? What kind? As I understand, the ranch provides the kingdom with vital services. To ensure it is operating as it should, and as a gesture of appreciation, the Crown orders a visitation to the ranch every year. I see. A scheduled annual visit. Continue, detective. When the Sheikah Force arrived, they found the victim bleeding out onto the floor. Next to him lay his daughter, Malin, breathing but unresponsive. After a thorough investigation, we arrested her, as she was deemed the only possible culprit. That about covers the gist of what happened. Very nice and succinct. Keep that up and perhaps you will keep your job. Shut up. Stop laughing. I don't think the good detective has to worry about I can read. Worry much about that, given she is the head of the department. Which reminds me, why is the head of detectives herself on a case like this? Were the other detectives unavailable? Ah, that would be because I have been assigned to this case by the order of the King of Hyrule himself. Yikes. The king himself assigned you? That doesn't happen very often, does it? You are correct, Your Honor. I'm not usually involved in field work like this. This time, however, the king felt it was necessary because of who is involved. Who is involved? Is the death of a ranch worker really such a concern for the king? Well, as I said, Lon Lon Ranch is a very important supplier of goods, to be sure. But that's not who I meant. I imagine the king wanted the top investigators on this job because it was the royal princess herself who discovered the crime scene. Yeah. Then state that in your testimony. Whatever. Order. I will have order. Yo, what a good choice to use this music. The royal princess, Zelda, witnessed the crime? Ha! And there you have it. This case rides on the princess's own words. To doubt it would be to doubt your own royalty. I mean, always doubt royalty. This is bad. I can't really object to that. Very well. The princess is testifying today. It's better we don't make her needlessly wait. Detective, please testify about exactly why the defendant was arrested. Alright, so this is actual witness testimony. Okay. The reason for arrest. Ooh, good music. It is with regret that I agree with Dragmire. Mood. All the evidence points towards this girl being the culprit. We determined that the murder definitely took place inside of the ranch house. There were only 3 people on the ranch: the victim, the defendant, and a worker who has an alibi for the time of the crime. Ingo. The defendant was found unconscious right in front of the victim, who was bleeding out onto the floor. Furthermore, she was holding a weapon. Without a doubt, that's what was used to kill the victim. She seems like such a bright girl. It's most unfortunate. Aha. So what's the alibi? Your Honor, I would like to submit these pieces of evidence to the court. Let's see. First, I have the autopsy report performed by the Crown's top coroner. Autopsy report. Here's what we determined to be the murder weapon, which we took from the defendant's hands. The saw. To make sure we had the correct weapon, we conducted a very thorough investigation. Naturally, we searched everyone and thoroughly examined the ranch and its vicinity. Nothing unusual was found, but to be safe, we also checked the ranch's inventory list to see whether anything was missing. The list matches the items we found on the ranch exactly, and nothing but the saw had fresh blood on it. Ranch inventory, okay. That does sound quite compelling. Let me take a look at these. Deep irregular wound made from a sharp metal object. Victim died from loss of blood no later than 8 a.m. Okay. Supposed murder weapon. Okay, let's look at the ranch list. Let me go. Okay. 4 rakes, 4 garden hoses, 8 buckets, 2 hammers, 6 knives, 1 saw, 8 saddles, 28 horseshoes, 3 axes, 2 brooms, scythes, shovels, flail, stove, post pounders, drag arrows, water hoses, wheelbarrows, horse carts, towing harness, cow nose rings. From Ingo. Okay. Alright. This must have been a truly terrifying scene. Dying from a wound made by a weapon like this is extremely painful. This only helps to prove the defendant's viciousness. At this rate, they're going to paint Malin as some heartless monster. There's one more thing I feel I should mention for the sake of completeness. Shortly after we arrived at the ranch, a courier showed up to take some milk shipments. Of course, business must go on. Is this really necessary to enter into the evidence, though? Yes. The shipments did end up leaving the ranch, so I feel it bears mentioning. Were the contents checked before you let them go? Naturally, who do you take us for? Okay, stop taking your knife out on us, Impa. Even though the worker handling the shipments did get quite worked up about it, we cracked all the boxes to check what was inside. In the end, it did turn out only to be milk bottles, so we let them through. Very well, thank you for your thoroughness, Detective. And the milk shipments was added to the court record. Hold on, Malin. Just some milk, okay. So what happens now? Well, this is where I step in and perform a cross-examination. I press them. I press each sentence until they give me something. Can you explain what you're going to be doing? Can't hurt to go over this again. There's no time. I press every sentence until I find a contradiction. But you know what? For Malin's sake, we'll go over it. Because we love Malin. The witness will repeat her testimony, and I'll be able to scroll back and forth through individual statements by pressing A or B, or with the stick. Or D-pad. So just repeat it as many times as you want. That's right. I have to consider every little detail. Can't miss a thing. If I want more info about something, I can use L or Z to press the statement and ask the witness question. Ooh, reading. Grill them for info. Yep, since the witness has to come up with an answer on the spot, if they're lying, prompting for more info can make them slip up. Most importantly though, if I find something that doesn't line up with the evidence, I can press R to bring up the court record. The court record is basically a list of all the evidence, right? Yes, I can open it at any time if I need to recheck the facts. After choosing the contradicting item, I'll press C up to raise an objection and present my doubts to the court. Oh, okay. Oh, and I can not only present evidence, but profiles as well. Profiles. The court record contains a list of all the people involved too. I can switch between evidence and profiles with R. If I need to review what's been said recently, I can also press start and see a history of messages. Yeah. Yes, the defense is doing stuff. Shut. He's so upset about it. Why doesn't he press? Oh! See, right is just a skip. Neat. Okay. That's handy. The defense is ready to cross-examine the witness. Bah. A waste of time. I sincerely hope you're not implying that standard court procedure is a waste of time, Mr. Dragmire. In any case, we're ready, defense. Please begin the cross-examination. Alright. We're gonna press every single sentence. We gotta press every single sentence. Oh man, the art. That's so good. Okay. Give me some more there. What makes you think she's the culprit? She's about to tell you. Keep quiet and listen. Shut up. Alright, sorry. Indeed. As I was saying, we determined that the murder definitely took place inside of the ranch house. Just how did you do that? It's quite simple. There was no blood found anywhere else. Had the victim been attacked at some other location, we'd expect a trail of it leading to the scene. Couldn't the killer just have cleaned it all up? Certainly not. The path to the ranch house at Lon Lon is not paved in any way. Cleaning blood off the ground would require disturbing the soil. Naturally, we found nothing of the sort. Bah. There wouldn't have been enough time to pull that off anyways. Likely true. Right, it sounds like the location of the crime scene is pretty firm. I'm not giving up yet. Alright. Tell me about this ranch worker, Ingo. 3 people, you say? I guess that would have to be Mr. Ingo. Let me stop you before you start getting too excited. If you had listened to the rest of what the detective said, you know she mentioned an alibi. Indeed. We're pretty certain that the ranch, pretty certain isn't completely certain. Couldn't have been involved. Well, what is this alibi then? You might remember that I brought up some outgoing milk shipments? Well, the worker, Ingo, was in charge of them. He left the ranch house first thing in the morning and was busy preparing the shipments after that. Is that so? Surely he could have gotten away for one really quick little murder. Bah, this wouldn't be just a quick little murder, as you so crudely put it. He'd have to have taken steps to hide his involvement, too. There was definitely not enough time for that. Unfortunately, I agree. Preparing a shipment is a lot of work. You have to milk all the cows, clean all the bottles, pour the milk out into them, arrange them all in the crates, and finally load it up onto a wagon. Usually I had to do it together with Father to finish before the courier arrived. The shipments were already ready when we arrived at the ranch. When we checked the boxes, they were all fully loaded with filled milk bottles. So this Ingo was able to do the work of 2 people on his own. Isn't that a bit odd? Odd or not, he evidently did just that. Clearly, he's a man dedicated to his job. Or perhaps the girl and her father are just very inefficient. This whole thing seems awfully suspicious, you ask me, but I guess I have nothing to dispute it with. Alright. Malin fainted? Correct. We couldn't get her to wake up for a long time. Eventually, we decided to administer a healing fairy so she could be questioned. I guess finding the body was just that much of a shock, huh? Ha! I was just pretending, trying to make it look like she had merely found the body. In any event, you don't administer a fairy for nothing, I'm guessing. Furthermore, she was holding a weapon. Tell me about this weapon. Are you sure it's the saw? And how can you be so sure of this? Look at the autopsy report. Deep, irregular wound made with a sharp metal object. There's so many of that on a farm. The saw was the only sharp implement in the ranch house that could produce such a wound. And as I've already mentioned, we also looked closely at all the other sharp things on the ranch. None had recent blood on them.
Stop it.
Oh, it's a beast. Hi, beast. How you doing? Thank you for telling me to stop sitting on my feet. Oh, and a hydration. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Appreciates it. That's my chat. Looking out for their streamer. Beast, welcome in. This is Hero of Law. It is an Ocarina of Time ROM hack that's mashed up with Phoenix Wright, and I'm so happy right now. Okay. So we're just pressing Impa on her witness testimony. Kind of tired. You know what fixes kind of tired? Caffeine. I want to make Nep play this now. Yo! Start typing in Nep's chat that he should play this. He would like this, I think. That still doesn't necessarily mean that saw was the murder weapon. Maybe the real culprit hit the real one. Oh yeah, prove it then. Show us the real murder weapon. Well, I definitely don't have any way to do that. Caffeine does nothing for you? Do you perhaps have ADHD? Because caffeine does nothing for all the people I know that have ADHD. What's bothering you about that saw, Link? So you have nothing. What a waste of time. Look at Impa's outfit. She's so cool. She seems like such a bright girl. It's most unfortunate. Oh yeah, so the case is Talon got murdered at Lon Lon Ranch, and they think Malin did it. She clearly didn't do it because look at her, she's precious and innocent. She sure is. We've known each other for years. Yes, she murdered her father in cold blood. How curious. Perhaps you're just bad as a character, both of you. No way. See me sometime and I'm gonna prove it. You see anything wrong yet? Well, usually it's difficult to find anything wrong with the basic facts of the case. That said, I do think I saw one small thing. Really? That's great. Sure is. So I've got to poke all the holes I can find before the princess gets here. Alright, let me look at the court record real quick. So we can show the pictograph of Malin and her father. Don't know really, but I was put on Ritalin in my youth. I'm gonna call that a hard maybe. Deep irregular wound made from a sharp metal object which died. Blood loss, blah blah blah. Look at the... Oh, sorry I'm yawning, guys. Whew. Ritalin was bad for your mind. Yeah. Yeah. That can happen. Let me look at profiles. Hold on. Malin, age 27. Talon, dead. Judge, question mark age. Yandor. Impa, I love you. Okay. There's the alibi. So, I think here's where we present the saw. I want to talk about the saw. Objection. Huh. This seems like a fairly large oversight. I just want to make sure of something. The state the saw is currently in is how you found it at the crime scene? That's correct. That's strange, considering how much the victim bled out and how deep his wound was. Why is there no blood on the supposed murder weapon? Huh. Is that all you have? Okay, the hero music being, the intro to Ocarina? Let's go. Trentalix. Huh. That's one I haven't heard of. Huh? Naturally, the prosecution has an explanation for why the saw is clean. Yeah, then tell me. Behold, this cloth was found in the defendant's other hand. Okay, you can't withhold evidence like that. As you can plainly see, it is stained with blood. The defendant simply wiped the murder weapon in a futile attempt to hide her involvement. You can't hide evidence like that. That's so illegal. If Malin was trying to hide her involvement, why didn't she just leave the crime scene? Bah. Obviously, she was trying to hide the body before the royal visitation arrived at the ranch. Don't mind me dropping stuff. You didn't hear it. Unfortunately for her, it just so happened that the delegation arrived quite a bit earlier than scheduled. In a panic, she quickly wiped the saw off and pretended to faint to make it look like she had just stumbled upon the scene. Yeah. Young lady, things are not looking very good for you right now. It wasn't a D20. The court accepts the bloodied cloth into evidence. So, what's the story with this cloth? Well, as I was doing a final check around the ranch, I noticed that part of the fence around the horse paddock was damaged. Not entirely sure when that happened, but sometimes one of the horses just gets a bit too rowdy, you know? Right. Anyway, I didn't want to bother Mr. Ingo about it, so I tried to cut up a new rail by myself to patch it up. But then the saw slipped and I cut my hand open. Yeah! Yikes! Ouch. Oh, goddesses. Correct reaction. You okay? Well, it wasn't that bad. It did bleed quite a lot though, so I used that cloth quickly to bandage the wound. I was actually going into the ranch house to ask Father to help me with the fence. Ha! A likely story. And impossible to verify now, of course. The Sheikah Force had to use a fairy on the defendant to get her out of her supposed unconsciousness. I do have to give her some credit. She is one cunning woman. She knew that would explain a sudden lack of any wound on her hand. Oh, why yes, fairies are wonderful. Maru, shut up. Just the other day I slammed my hand with the gavel. And one took the paint off immediately. Great. Glad to know they're used for such important things. But, dang it. Too bad there's no way to tell whose blood is on the cloth. Unless we go talk to the scientist at the lake. That's all I'm saying. I do believe this matter has been settled. I'm ready to call my next witness. Uh-oh. Is that all I can get out of her? You've served your purpose, Sheikah. Be gone. Fine. But you had best treat Her Highness with respect. I'll see to it that you spend the night in the dungeons. Oh, just stab him. Impa, just stab him. Do not presume to threaten me, Sheikah. Impa, I am asking you. Just stab him. A night of darkness and solitude would be nothing but comfort for me. Yikes. Is that so? And perhaps we should fill the dungeons with lit candles for the occasion. I love her. They're glaring daggers at each other. This doesn't end soon. We're all in trouble. Yeah. Order, order. I'm sure we'll treat the princess with utmost respect. You may step down, detective. This case has already made me weary with all the pointless jabber. Time is ripe to deal the final blow. I call Her Highness Princess Zelda of Hyrule to the stand. Hi, Zelda. What's up? Is something the matter? Why is everyone quiet all of a sudden? Oh. Thank you for the swap of Monday, Mr. Psychic. Appreciates you. I like this Zelda's Lullaby mix. This is really nice. Ah, Your Highness. I believe you're all just a bit uncertain on how to proceed. It's quite the honor to have such an esteemed guest in these halls. Maru, shut up. Bah! In the face of the law, the princess is no different from a peasant. You know what? That's fair. Name and occupation. Now. Impa. Impa just right there. That's our girl. That's Impa. The prosecution will behave. I will not have any derogatory statements directed at the princess. Derogatory? I simply wish not to waste any more time. We must employ proper procedure. Oh man. It is alright, detective. I believe the prosecution does have a point. In the eyes of the law, we are all equals. On this stand, I am just another witness. I should not be getting any special treatment. Very admirable, Your Highness. We can all rest easy knowing that Hyrule is destined to have such a wise monarch in its future. Yes, indeed. I eagerly await the day when our next ruler takes the throne and reshapes the kingdom into their image. That, you're getting real close to, like, you know, slandering the current king. That's a whole thing, dude. You flatter me, prosecutor. Now, then, I believe I have asked for my name and occupation. I am Zelda, current princess of Hyrule and heir apparent to the throne. Marvelous, Your Highness. Before we begin, I would just like to know, why were you at Lon Lon Ranch to witness this terrible incident? Ah, it is simple, really. Lon Lon Ranch is Hyrule Castletown's biggest food supplier. Not only that, but the ranch also equips Hyrule's Royal Guard with the finest of horses. Every year, the royal family makes a visit as a gesture of goodwill and to ensure the quality of the steeds. Wow, I didn't know your horses were used by royal guards. Yep. We work hard every year to make sure they're in the best possible condition. Father loved to boast about it to the other ranch owners. Heh. Knowing Talon, I'm sure he did. Rip Talon. How unfortunate the ranch may no longer meet the crown's high standards under new management. The royal family has a backup, I trust. That you have like a stake in? Is that what's happening here, man?
We are looking for one. Naturally, those standards are quite high. Yes, of course. Now then, please describe what you saw on the day of the incident. Very well. Here I go. I love that they put Hylian for the text. Like, that's so cool. I arrived at Lon Lon Ranch a little before 8 a.m. accompanied by my loyal guards. I remembered being surprised at how quiet everything was. There was nobody there to welcome us. I could sense that something was wrong. I opened the door to the ranch house and went inside. The room was mostly empty. There was a table with some kind of crystal bottle on top of it. But in front of the table, a terrifying scene was unveiling. The defendant... Yikes. The defendant hacked at the ranch owner's chest with the saw she was holding. I was overcome with fear and I screamed. I will never forget what I saw that day. Girl, Malin was passed out. What are you talking about? I heard that Talon and his daughter were incredibly kind. I cannot believe she would commit such a horrible violence. What are you talking about? Malin was passed out, girl. What? Oh my, you saw the very moment the victim was killed? There you go. Decisive testimony. There's no need to doubt the prince's statement. I call for the judge to make a ruling right away. Hey now, hold on. I didn't get to cross-examine the witness yet. You haven't, fool, because there is no need. Yeah, Zelda didn't see anything. She saw a body, and Malin passed out. Did you not hear one word of what I said? Yeah, you wanted proper court stuff, decorum, whatever. Didn't you just say we should follow all the procedures and treat the princess like any other witness? This is a defense's right. You're complete. I believe the defense has a good point. They do have every right to perform a cross-examination no matter who is testifying. Yeah, good job, judge. Oh my god, Zelda. She reminds me of, like April May from the case with, Red White of Blue Corp. I've only ever read about court proceedings in the Royal Library. That being said, I will not tolerate any reckless accusations towards the princess. Is that clear? Naturally. It's fine. It's fine. How am I going to cross-examine the princess? This isn't going to end well. What's gotten into the prosecutor? It seemed like a rather intense outburst. Because there's holes in her story. Because of the princess's status, it is possible that Dragmire didn't have an opportunity to discuss her testimony with her. That might mean that this testimony is a surprise even to him. So cute and bubbly, then went full psycho. Exactly. This feels like Zelda could go full psycho. Just give me my chance. Before we begin, there's just one thing that caught my attention. I believe the princess mentioned seeing some kind of glass bottle at the crime scene. Oh yeah, she did. And we saw it in the opening. Stop hiding stuff from the court record. Stop that. That's illegal. Why, yes, that is exactly it. What is that? Eye drops? Nope. Oh, this is the bottle of perfume that father intended to gift to Her Highness when she arrived. He quickly rode out of town to get it at the last moment. We didn't know that the princess was coming instead of the king until only about 2 hours before the visitation. 2 hours before the visitation. Okay, so they heard this at like 6 a.m. then, because 8 a.m. was like the visitation. So he couldn't have gone very far. Like ran to Castletown and back. Oh, how thoughtful. He really did not need to bother himself so. As fascinating as this all is, the prosecution doesn't believe it's relevant to the case. Okay, bet. Shut up. You're hiding evidence again. It's good to have a full picture of the crime scene. The defense requests the bottle be accepted into evidence. Exactly. Ah, desperate to latch onto every little thing, are you? Whatever. You can add it to the evidence if it will make you happy. No skin off my teeth. In that case, the court accepts this bottle into evidence. The perfume bottle. Now then, defense, begin your cross-examination. Every single sentence, let's go. God, that splash art, they're so good. Alright, a little after 8. So Talon was already dead. If these guards were with Her Highness, why were they not called as witnesses? We did question the guards, naturally. Apparently, they didn't get to see anything relevant. I was the only one to enter the crime scene. After seeing what was inside, I stood guard and insisted that no one be allowed to arrive inside until the Sheikah force arrived. I've read that preserving the scene is vital. Quite correct. I'm sure the guards were absolutely thrilled with this order. Please proceed, witness. I love Link here. I remember being surprised at how quiet everything was. There was nobody there to welcome us. Have you conducted these royal visitations in the past, Your Highness? No. This was my first one. Up until last year, my father was always the one to visit Lon Lon Ranch. However, he decided I had to start preparing for all the royal duties that await me, and so I was to do it this time. He will doubtlessly perform admirably as ruler when the time comes. So, okay, how old is this Zelda? Hold on. 14. Child. Okay. What happened when you got to the ranch house? I could sense that something was wrong. I opened the door to the ranch house and went inside. I could sense that something wrong. Magic powers. And what then? Stop interrupting and let her get to the point. Defense. I believe I was clear about not badgering the witness. Shut up, Raru. I need to calm down. The room was mostly empty. There was a table with some types of bottles. So that's the perfume bottle. You paid attention to something like that after seeing a murder princess? Well, I spent a rather long time in there waiting for the Sheikah force to arrive. Plus, that bottle is quite beautiful. It just stood out. Okay, you're straight up lying about this part. You were there at the exact time of the murder, Your Highness? That is correct. It's impossible, you're lying. The defendant will curb her outburst. You're addressing royalty. This is really bad. What now? Ask about the crime scene. Where were the victim and the defendant at this time? The ranch owner was in front of a little table that was directly across from the entrance door. The defendant was right in front of him and quickly fainted after her attack. A large pool of blood started forming where the victim was. I had a rather good view of the whole scene. Right. It is fortunate that you can see the whole thing in such detail. Now, please continue. Here, we'll hit nope, that's enough for now. Go to our next sentence. I mean, she's just straight lying here. Just press the sentences, just press the sentences. Are you sure you got a good look then, Your Highness? You didn't look away in panic? Not Luigi, killed not Mario. Paid by Ganon. The princess was very brave to take control of the situation the way she did. There's no need to doubt what she saw. Dude, I doubt everything. Ah, yes, I suppose what she did was admirable. If only we had arrived earlier. Your Highness, don't blame yourself for this. If you had arrived earlier, you could have been the one that got attacked. Ha! So you would have lashed out at anyone trying to stop you, huh? Despicable. That's not what she meant, and you know it. Princess, please go on. Very well. Okay, so I can present the picture at one point, and I need to present the autopsy report because she's straight lying about seeing Talon being killed. Trust your heart, Your Highness. You know Malin didn't do this. What nonsense. Her heart. What do her organs have to do with anything? A lot. She's got magic powers. Oh, of course. Evidence and testimony be damned. Just because we feel the defendant must be innocent. Now, she's got magic powers. Shut up. Oh, well, if you're sure. Have you not seen It was a joke. Much like the arguments, the defense has been presented. Shut up, man. You know what? I can't believe the princess would lie like this. That's what I'm saying. It really is shocking. You don't believe her, right? No. Even if she is the princess, it means nothing. I didn't do it. Trust authority or your best friend? I need something very concrete to disprove what the princess is saying. Alright, hold on. Which thing is gonna have no later than 8 a.m.? They got there right after 8 a.m. So do I present it here? Or do I present it here? I don't know where I present it. It's the problem. I think it's the first sentence because that gives us the 8 a.m. Let me try it here. It might work on either. There's some things in Ace Attorney where it can work on like 1 or 2 sentences. Your Honor, Your Highness, I believe I found something that doesn't quite match up with the facts. How dare you question the princess? You will let the defense speak, prosecutor. I think I see why he so desperately wanted to prevent this cross-examination now. Your Highness, you stated that you arrived at the ranch shortly after 8 a.m., correct? Yes, the visit was scheduled for 8:30 exactly, but we were quite a bit early. I see. That makes something you mentioned quite impossible. As stated by the autopsy report, the victim definitely died before 8 a.m. Yeah, you didn't see no murder. You couldn't have seen the defendant attack the rancher. Because the victim was already dead by then. Order! Order! Yes, you really caught her in a lie. Your Highness, what is the meaning of this? While I wholeheartedly respect and serve the crown, I will nonetheless not tolerate lies in my court. I have not lied, I suppose I did not see the exact moment it happened. I guess I only thought I did. Princess, this is a matter of life and death. Literally. I definitely saw the defendant there, though, along with the body. There's no one else who could have done it. I remember all the other details correctly. The body's on the floor, the pool of blood. You have to believe me. I don't have to believe Jack, dude. Perhaps it'll be best if Her Highness revises her testimony. That's not good. There's still not enough doubt to overturn this testimony. I have to find something else or this case will be over. Yeah, so this is what? Revised testimony? Yeah, witnesses. What I actually saw. I'm sorry for embellishing the truth a little bit. I did not see the actual moment of the attack. But it had to have happened shortly before I went into the ranch house. Miss Malin and her father were the only ones at the scene of the crime, so she must be the culprit. That's not how that works. I mean, there's a probable cause and, like, reasonable doubt and stuff like that, but that's not how this works. I see, you only saw the aftermath of the scene, not the actual crime being committed. Very well, hopefully there are no issues in your testimony this time. Defense, it's time for your cross-examination. Naturally. Jackmeyer still looks pretty angry. They did angry pose Ganon really good. I bet he didn't expect such a blatant contradiction to pop up. If we could just find another one like that, the princess's testimony would become completely untrustworthy in the eyes of the judge. actually saw. Alright. That's okay. Hold it. Why did you do that, Your Highness? There's a life on the line here. Don't lie. I really am sorry. I suppose I got a bit too excited about being a witness in an actual murder trial. Girl. Really now? Most people hate testifying. Yes, well, the life of a princess is rather boring, you know. This is quite the break from routine for me. Fair enough. Should just get a hobby then. Also correct. I did not see the actual moment of the attack. Good. In that case, it can't be conclusively proven that the defendant did it. Defense, did you exhaust your singular brain cell in that last contradiction you found? Rude! There's a death mountain's worth of evidence pointing to the defendant. Just because no one saw the actual moment of the crime doesn't mean anyone else could have done it. I think you're making a death mountain out of a death molehill. Man, I love this. How can you be so sure of that, princess? Well, when I entered the ranch house, the victim still had the murder weapon embedded into his body. What? It is obvious what that means, is it not? The killer did not even have enough time to try and hide the weapon. Yes, I might not have seen the murder firsthand, but I must have been very close to doing so. Oh my. It seems like a very important detail. I think it would be advisable for Her Highness to amend her testimony. Absolutely. Certainly, Your Honor. Yeah, because it was found in Malon's hand. Jackmire certainly isn't looking very happy about this development, does he? Thinking about it, I might just know why. Yeah, so let me see. Yeah, so found in Malon's hands, clean of blood. Okay, so yeah. That's our new sentence, suppress. Oh, look at that spam bot. Bash spam bot. There we go. It doesn't necessarily mean that my client was the one to do it, though. What if someone else snuck in before Malon and the princess arrived? Well, I suppose. Lon Lon Ranch is surrounded by high walls, and the only way in is through a self-locking gate. Not very many people have a key to that gate, just the personnel and the crown. Well, someone could have forced their way in. Bah. If you wish to propose such a possibility, you must substantiate it with evidence. Do you have any proof that another person showed up at the ranch house before the princess? Do I? I don't. Not at this time. I don't have that proof. Yeah, please continue testimony. Cool. So, and we press this, and then we go back to the other sentence and present the saw that was found in Malon's hand. Make sure Malon, no one, blah. From what I recall, there's an upstairs room at the ranch house. What if someone was hiding there? Don't be stupid, defense. If someone was hiding up there, the Sheikah force would have found them. I should have guarded the door the entire time. No one could have left. What if they jumped out a window? Fair. You're not being ridiculous. Those windows are very high up. Actually, those windows can't even be opened. They'd have to break one to leave. Right. Well, this is a little more plausible than the last testimony she gave. Yes, I suppose it matches the detective's count, doesn't it? Still, I feel like there's something here that sticks out like a sore thumb. Where is it? This one. And we should present the saw. I believe I found another reason to doubt the witness's words. It seems the prosecution sees what I'm getting at here. There was a bloody cloth discovered at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has argued before that it was used to wipe the saw clean. If the princess saw the saw lodged into Talon's body and the crime scene was left intact, then it couldn't have been wiped. Well, Prosecutor Dagmire, Dragmire, whatever your name is. Ganon! Care to explain? Rah. This is most perplexing. Your Highness, are you sure that's what you saw? Bob. His name is Bob. Well, maybe the princess decided to pull the saw out in a valiant yet futile attempt to save the victim. And then wipe the blade clean? That would almost be like framing the defense. I can read so well, guys. I'm doing great at reading. Of course I did no such thing. I made sure the crime scene stayed intact. I guess I must have made up the memory about the saw sticking out of Mr. Talon as well. You didn't make up anything, girl. You saw what you saw, but someone tampered with the crime scene. You idiotic girl. Do you even realize what you've done through your bumbling? I am sorry. I was just so excited to stand as a witness in court just this once. Whenever I tried telling my father about anything, he always seemed so disinterested. Just this once, I wanted to feel listened to. The defendant, it is clear that she did it. I just wanted to play a larger part in her capture. I'm sorry for the trouble I've caused you all. Yikes. Your Highness, the court is no place for silly games. As it stands, I'm afraid we'll have to strike your statements from the court record completely. Yes! I did it. The prosecution lost their key witness. Get dunked on. No, please wait. I have more to say. I was wrong about the crime scene, but I still have not testified about what I saw afterwards. Bah. Why would we care about that? It's best that you leave and stop damaging my case with your idiocy. Even if you're not interested in my words, you might be interested in the evidence I found. What? Yeah, the correct reaction is like, what are you talking about, child? Of course. While the Sheikah force investigated inside the ranch house, I looked around the rest of the ranch on my own. Sheikah. Did you know about this? Of course I did. You did? I'll have your head for this. Yo, you can't threaten the head of the detective force like that. What is the meaning of this, detective? Why have you withheld this from the court? It's quite simple. The princess specifically requested to present her finding on her own. What? And you agreed to this? This court is not some playground where children decide when evidence should be presented just because they have a crown. He's being rude about it, but I can't help but agree with him. I mean, yeah. Also, I don't really buy this story. There's no way Impa would have allowed this. Believe me, I wasn't thrilled with the request either. However, after seeing the evidence in question, I didn't think it would be at all important to the case. Thus, I let the princess have her fun. This is highly, highly irregular. I'm not sure how to feel about this. Real. Naturally, I object to this nonsense. If the detective thinks it's relevant, then it is probably just a waste of time. All the evidence points to the defendant. It's still clear she did it, even without a witness at the scene. That's not how it works. I see. Defense? What do we do? If we object to presenting the evidence, then Dragma also is key witness. Plus, whatever the princess presents could be bad for our case too. So we should agree with the prosecution. Hell no! Well, on the other hand, we don't really have much to go on. This could be our only lead left. Well, don't keep us waiting. Surely, you won't throw away all the progress you've made thus far. Hey, let me see this evidence, girl.
I really hope this is the right choice. Dude, same.
The defense requests that the evidence be presented.
What?
While I agree that the situation is irregular, we should still examine all evidence available.
And not hide it.
It would be silly to dismiss it as irrelevant without even seeing what it is.
And stop hiding evidence. Everyone stop hiding evidence. That's not how this works.
I do believe you have a point, defense. However, I must warn you. In order to admit this piece of evidence to the court record, the princess's statement that she found it must be admitted as testimony along with everything else she might say. Yes, Your Honor, I'm well aware. The defense wishes to give the princess just one more chance.
All the idiotic foolishness. Order.
Very well then. Your Highness, please testify once more about the new piece of evidence you found during your own investigation. Thank you. I will not let you down this time. The princess should understand the gravity of the situation at hand now. I just hope this new evidence isn't damaging to our case.
Yes, that's real.
Witness testimony. Take 3. My findings. I wish to express my most heartfelt apologies for my mistakes in the earlier testimony. Upon entering the ranch house, I saw the defendant passed out in front of the victim who was bleeding out. I stood guard at the entrance of the ranch house until the Sheikah force arrived. Once the Sheikah started investigating the crime scene, I decided to take a look around the ranch. While I was walking near the silo,
Oh, sorry. I noticed a strong odor in the air.
I had to stop to see where it was coming from. I followed the scent and found a burned out fire nearby and a small, nearly empty bottle of lamp oil. I, of course, took the bottle straight to the head detective.
So we're burning evidence now?
And here it is, the oil bottle I found. That was a crash from downstairs.
$5 says the child just tipped the table over. let me just text Mr. Psychic real quick. Hey, Issa, what's up? Give me 1 second, I'm just texting Mr. Psychic because I think the child just tipped a table over downstairs. Because I just heard a huge thunk. What's up, Issa? How you doing? Welcome in. This is called Hero of Law. Oh, I'm doing it. Thank you. This is called Hero of Law. It is an Ocarina of Time ROM hack mashed up with Phoenix Wright. The gist is Talon has been murdered at Lon Lon Ranch. Malon's the main suspect. Obviously, we believe our girl Malon didn't do it, so, you know, gotta make sure she's declared not guilty. Yeah! I found out about this today, and that decided what I was gonna play today. Oh no, this might actually be completely irrelevant. Yes, well, of course there is, foolish girl. This has nothing to do with anything. You're great finding some random fire on a ranch. Yeah, why is there a random fire on a ranch, though? What next? Are you gonna declare every rake on the premise suspicious? Like, could have been the dysentery stream. Okay, but I need more stuff for dysentery stream, so y'all can play. I think Mr. Psychic's texting me back. Hold on. Okay, cool. Alright. I want to set it up, the dysentery stream, so we can, like, actually play together in some sort of way. I'll figure it out. Alright. Your Honor. Despite the fact that this evidence may not seem to add to anything at the moment, the defense still asserts its right to a cross-examination.
Some straws have been grasped. I know! Listen, Issa, I know. There's 1,000 things that I get distracted by, and I apologize. The princess has merely recounted the same view of the crime scene as the head detective. You haven't been able to find any contradictions in their statements. Ends! Hello? Hello, everybody jumping in from Ends. What's up? What were we playing? What were we playing today? How's everyone doing? What's up? That's a lot of people. And Nep! What's up, Nep? What's up, Flora? Oh my god, hey, what was everyone playing today? How's everyone doing? Oh, Q's here. God, what's up, everybody? How are we doing? My goodness gracious, thank you guys. Hold on, let's get the shout-outs going. I can write. Oh wait, is Nightbot still broken? Nightbot's still broken. No. I don't know why Nightbot broke on me. I really don't. Nightbot, no. Yikes. Maybe I'll try reconnecting Nightbot later. Nightbot broke. Sorry. I was doing shoutouts. I was trying to do shoutouts. I was like, hi everybody, welcome in. Thank you for joining. We're playing Hero of Law, which is a Ocarina of Time ROM hack. Nightbot's going on strike until this entire stream. Ah, rip. But yeah, everyone join in. This is Hero of Law. This is an Ocarina of Time ROM hack mashed up with Phoenix Wright. And this is beautiful. Oh, there's Kai. Hi, Kai, what's up? Yes, I want to do a dysentery stream with Oregon Trail. Oh, there's Q. Hi, Q. Hi, Faye. First time chat. Thank you, guys. Much appreciated. Oh my god, you guys. Thank you so much for all the raids. It's gonna happen. Issa, shut up. It's gonna happen.
Another
Carl, what's up?
Has joy. Welcome.
What's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome in. Thank you guys so much for the raid. Oh my god, that's a lot of people. Yeah. I'll say it one more time for those jumping in. This is Hero of Law. This is an Ocarina of Time ROM hack that I literally found out about today. Which decided what I was playing today. Dirty Mark? What's up, Dirty Mark? First time chatter, what's up? Hero of Law is Ocarina of Time mashed up with Phoenix Wright, so I'm in heaven right now, because I love these two games. So, naturally, Link is a great defense attorney. I need to show you guys the defense badge. Hold on. Look at it. It's just the light medallion. It's so good, guys. Alright. So right now we're in the middle of the cross-examination of Princess Zelda. And of course, Ganondorf is our prosecutor that we're facing. Alright. Regardless of what the prosecution thinks, the defense does have a right to a cross-examination. The court admits the oil bottle into evidence. Oh, Zelda just found like a random fire burning on Lon Lon Ranch. The gist is that Talon has been murdered at Lon Lon Ranch, and Malon is the main suspect. If you do the dysentery stream and it turns out as funny as I think it would, I'll animate it and probably post it on YouTube. Do we have a deal? Oh, Issa, we have a deal. Virtual handshake on this. We have a deal. Yeah! That's exactly what it's like, Faye. Alright. Both your own sake and your clients. Totally missed what the judge was saying beforehand. Whatever. Alright. My findings. I wish to express my most heartfelt apologies for my mistakes in the earlier testimony. Oh yeah, she straight up lied about stuff earlier. Upon entering the ranch house, I saw the defendant passed out in front of the victim, who was bleeding out. I stood guard at the entrance of the ranch house until the Sheikah force arrived. Once the Sheikah started investigating the crime scene, I decided to take a look around the ranch. While I was walking near the silo, I noticed a strong odor in the air, and I had to stop to see where it was coming from. I followed the scent and found a burned out fire nearby and a small, nearly empty bottle of lamp oil. I, of course, took the bottle straight to the head detective. Okay, so that was her testimony. Now we're gonna cross-examine. And like with every Phoenix Wright game, every single sentence. Shut up, Gannon, shut up. There's no need to press differences on our apology. Shut up. You already wasted a chance to throw out our testimony. Yes, defense. Please get to the point. Yikes. Mood. Alright, every single sentence. Was there anything else in the room? Only the beautiful little crystal bottle I mentioned before. The house was rather barren. Most of the things are on the top floor since the downstairs room is mostly used for ranch business these days. And the occasional game. Ah, the chicken game. Oh, of course, Dad's famous cocoa game. The chicken game. The good old days. Is the defense done reminiscing? Shut up, shut up. There will be plenty of time to do that when the defendant's behind bars. I was just trying to distract myself from the fact that there's nothing to latch onto here. Also, this music? The music in this ROM hack? Amazing. Alright, did anything happen during that time? No, not that I recall. The guards did occasionally protest and ask me to let them take over, but I held my stance. While commendable in theory, staying in the same room as the dangerous killer isn't very wise. What if she woke up and lashed out at you? Sweet highly up above. That thought did not occur to me. It's because you are a child. Of course not, girl. But the guards did stand close by. I would have been safe. Wonderful to see how much faith our princess has in our royal guard. Yes, of course I do. In any case. Alright, you didn't just go home? The royal visitation was supposed to last a lot longer. Father was not expecting us back at the castle until much later. I came to the ranch to examine the horses, so I suppose I could at least do that in the meantime? How long did it take the Sheikah to arrive at the scene? It does not take very long to make the trip from HYAA Castle to Lon Lon Ranch. I cannot imagine it was more than 20 minutes. That is pretty fast. Although I imagine the fact that the princess was involved helped speed it up. And slow pokes, I would be there in half that time, running backwards even. Oh my god. I suppose it's no surprise though. Highland horses are naturally inferior to our fine Gerudo steeds. Uh-huh. The Gerudo. Oh man. We're gonna get a fight over horses? Okay, Madeleine's like peak horse girl. Don't get into a fight with Madeleine over horses. Or are they slated? Just don't bother, he's trying to rile you up. Next sentence, let's see. What was the smell like? Oh, it was awful. A really terrible smell. Okay, give me more than that. Sure, you don't mean to say that you found the smell of horse manure suspicious. Do not be ridiculous. The smell is not coming from the horses. A fire, huh? Now let me remind you, Defense, that there's any number of reasons why a fire could have been there. You can still feel the cold grasp of early death in the morn. Princess, how long would you estimate the fire had been out before you found it? Ah, right. There was still smoke rising out of the ashes, so it must have been put out recently. So, around the time of the crime. Yeah. Who's making fires and then, like, killing people? What is happening? So, someone prepared their breakfast there. I repeat, this fire is irrelevant. Okay, bet. You don't just have random fires on a ranch. Yeah, I think he's realized the same thing I did. You don't just have random fires on a ranch. Well, who was it? Who could have lit that fire anyway? Link, Ace Attorney. Our favorite attorney, Link. It would have had to have been the ranch worker who was putting the milk shipments together at the time. Yeah. It was almost certainly him. If you really want to ask about his little barbecue, you might just get your wish soon. Burning waste foliage. Burning waste foliage, that might be it. It doesn't sound like it was very appetizing. Alright. But without anything concrete to pin on him, he'll just be able to brush it off. Right, and she allowed you to present it. Well, I was the one to find it. And since I was going to the trial anyways... Utter ridiculousness. Yes. Please make this the last time you do something like this, Your Highness. Mood. Proper procedures exist for a reason. Oh, I think I asked, like, what was everyone playing tonight? I don't think I got that answer. I don't know if I read it. Reading comprehension. Something I sometimes have. Final Fantasy, nice. Defense, I believe that's enough. It doesn't seem like you're getting any closer to finding a connection between this fire and the crime at all. Except that means that someone else was on the ranch, dude. I'm just saying. Naturally, I've said this was a waste of time from the beginning. In that case, this cross-examination is over. Thank you for your time, Your Highness. I assume you have no more revelations to share with us? What, no magic powers coming through? No, I really thought the fire would be important. Zelda, it is. It is important, Zelda. That means there's someone else on the ranch. Leave my sight. Square Enix kind of makes the best RPGs, in my opinion. I fear the child. Okay. Sometimes the child just shouts. You know. Your Highness, if you'd allow me to escort you back to HYAA Castle. Very well. Now that the princess's little game is over, we should move this along. The prosecution's stance is still the same, of course. We maintain that the evidence on its own is enough to convict the defendant. But there was another dude there. If Ingo was doing the shipments, which he wasn't, that's my guess. Who made the fire? Doing a Final Fantasy XI stream every other Monday. Oh, nice. Nice. I do believe I'm nearly ready to hand out my verdict. I've never played that one. But, Your Honor, there's nothing that definitively shows that Malin committed the crime. This is all circumstantial. There's no way she could kill her own father. That is an excellent point, defense. The prosecution has yet to elaborate on the defendant's motive. Patricide is not something a person commits lightly. I did briefly touch on the subject during my opening statement. Your opening statement of 2 sentences? But naturally, the prosecution is fully prepared to elaborate on the matter. I can read. Guys, I can read. I'd like to call in my third witness. Yeah, I'm when fun times in the dunes. Oh boy. Kai, how fun is fun? Before calling Mindo, the prosecution requests a brief recess to prepare. I thought you said you were already prepared. Maybe he wants to double check that his new witness won't pull anything weird like the princess did. Very well, I do believe a break would benefit us all. We got level gains and a rare drop. Hey! Nice. The court will reconvene after a 15-minute recess. Court is adjourned. March 17th, 11:17 a.m. HYAA Grand Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. It's not going all that well, is it? No, I think that went about as well as it could have, actually, given the circumstances. We expose the worst of the princess's testimony as untrue. Ugh, I can't believe she just makes stuff up like that. The princess is 14. She's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, the child is yelling again. Okay. Yeah, that was surprising. Still, the issue is that we didn't manage to shake the core of the argument. If only there was anyone else in that house. Now, there's no need to look so glum. Who's this? Hey, what's up, Impa? I love you. Your outfit's amazing. Detective, aren't you supposed to be escorting the princess back? The carriage is being prepared. I thought I'd drop by in the meantime. You've really managed to make Dragmire furious, you know? I have. If you listen carefully, you might just be able to hear him ranting over in the prosecutor's lobby. Ah. He's really giving his upcoming witness a grilling. Expect him to try and shut you down as fast as he can. Well, that would be worrying if I had anything he could shut down in the first place, I guess. Oh, but you do. What do you mean? Oh, come on now. I'm talking about the princess's grand discovery, of course. The fire, I wasn't able to do anything with that. You really think it's relevant? Don't get me wrong. At present, I'm convinced the girl did it. We investigated and came to this conclusion for a reason. But I'm willing to explore every possibility. That fire is definitely a bit strange, and I dare say it might be your only way out of this. If I may be so bold, I think you should press that next witness on that topic. Hard. As the only other person working on the ranch at the time, he's the only one who could have lit that fire. If he's hiding something, I think the court deserves to know. Thing is, the next testimony is about the motive. It's going to be difficult to bring up the fire again without Dragmire objecting. You'll have to make it work. As much as I don't like it, she's right. There really isn't a whole lot else to go on here. Well, thank you. Don't mention it. One last thing. You. Ranch girl. Me. Try not to hold that testimony against the princess. Believe me, I'm sure she was acting with the best of intentions in mind. The road to the Dark Realm was paved with those, right? Perhaps. It was definitely a serious lapse of judgment, one she will live to regret. Part of this comes from the fact that she's rather sheltered and inexperienced. After the sudden death of her older sister last year, she was thrust into the role of an heir very suddenly. Okay. That's right. The mysterious death of the firstborn Princess Zelda. Hyrule still grieves after the events of that day. And yet, no one knows exactly what happened. In the void of information, conspiracy theories run amok. People blaming the Royal Guard, the Sheikah, and even the king himself. The princess will soon have a whole kingdom's worth of troubles on her shoulder. For a kingdom with a history as turbulent as ours, it's a lot to handle. Ah, the Zelda's Lullaby? Yeah. I have too many and not enough dice. King, there's no such thing as too many dice. The princess's conduct today probably won't help with the distrust some people have of the crown right now, though. She's wise beyond her years. She will learn, and she will be better. I simply ask that you don't think of her as an enemy. Money disagrees. Okay. If money weren't a problem, there's no such thing as too many dice. She does not need more than she already has. Wow, she's so intense. I never expected to see Impa get so emotional. I guess all this is why she decided to take the blame for the princess's impromptu investigation. Or Lego, truth. Detective Impa. What is it, soldier? I'm quite busy at the moment, so please be quick. The investigation team back at the ranch just sent a word of new development. Something about a milk shipment being returned to the ranch because of a wrong recipient address? They're asking you to come over to see it. Oh, those idiots. I don't have time for this. Send someone else. I have to escort the princess back to the castle. Roger. Roger, Dodger. It did remind me, though. I took this bottle of milk from a couple guards who were slacking on the job earlier. Here, ranch girl. Perhaps it'll help calm your nerves somewhat. Not to worry. It's still unopened. Oh. Is it Chateau Romani? Thank you. That's nice of her. Too bad for those guards, though. Now then, I believe the princess's carriage should be prepared by now. If you'll excuse me. Yeah, milk! I think I'm so nervous right now. Milk has just lost its flavor. When you drink your bad milk? Huh? Lost its flavor. But Lon Lon milk is always so tasty. Are you sure it's just nerves? Let me try some. Huh. You're right. I assume this would have come from one of yesterday's shipments. So what, is it watered down milk? Did you get the low-fat milk? Probably. With the investigation at the ranch, there wouldn't be any today, so maybe it just isn't fresh? Watered down milk sucks. That's what I'm saying, King. No, I don't think so. It doesn't really taste as if it's gone bad. Also, the guard said that one of yesterday's shipments was misaddressed, didn't he? And this was a haul handled by Ingo, wasn't it? I think there's something odd going on. I better make some notes about this in the court record. Lon Lon milk! The child is trying to break down the baby gate up the stairs. Defense, the court is about to reconvene. Escort your client back to the courtroom at once. So it comes down to this. The conclusion's approaching. Time to turn the situation around. Oh god, our health bar. Ah, no. Yikes. Court is back in session for the trial of Malin of Lon Lon Ranch. I trust that the prosecution's final witness is ready. Naturally, I have personally seen to it that there will be no foolishness this time around. Hopefully his ears are intact. As we discussed before the recess, having established the opportunity and means for the defendant to have committed the murder, only one matter remains. The matter of motive. For, naturally, such a heinous crime couldn't have been the result of mere happenstance. The prosecution believes that the defendant had a deep desire that pushed her to patricide. Patricide. Whatever. I can read. A next witness can shed light on the matter. Fascinating. Very well. Please proceed. Prosecution calls the ranch worker Ingo to the stand. Hi, not Luigi. Ha! It's funny to see Mr. Ingo in such fancy clothes. Oh? Yeah, he almost always just wears his work dungarees. It's almost like looking at a different person. Well, I guess he wanted to dress up for court, and he wouldn't want to get his nice outfit dirty by working in it. Quiet, defense. Witness, state your name and occupation. Your Honor, great honorable prosecutor. My name is Ingo. I mind Lon Lon Ranch. Mind? What does that entail exactly? I'm mostly there to work on the structures and equipment. The owner and his daughter are the ones who tend to the animals and take care of orders. How long have you been working at the ranch? It'll be several years at this point. There have been others who came and went, but I, Ingo, have persevered through all the hardships. Sounds like he wants a medal for it. Well, he does get a bit pompous at times, but Mr. Ingo really is a great help. He built the ranch of Silo single-handedly. Well, that's some dedication. Oh my god, the music. Very well, given that you're clearly an important employee, you are privy to some inside information, is that correct? Yes, the ranch owner shared all the big plans with me. He trusted me, implicitly. He used to say that we're like one big family. That sounds lovely. That sounds like a red flag that you're gonna get loads of unpaid overtime. Hey! Link calling it like it is, baby! Evidently, not every member of your so-called family felt the same way, though, did they? It hurts to do this, but I have no choice. Hear my story, Honorable Court of Law. Oh, the witness testimony. Oh.
The child can hear me. That's why he's upset if you hear the child in the back.
Just a couple days ago, the owner, Talon, partly signed the ranch over to his daughter, Malin. Talon became a life tenant, with Malin meant to inherit all the assets after his death. As long as Talon lived, Malin could not sell the ranch. It's simple, isn't it? The girl killed Talon to get full ownership and leave the dingy ranch life behind. Dingy, not dingy. Dingy. I can read. It's appalling how ungrateful she is after all Talon did for her. Okay, bet, Ingo. Bet. And there you have it. Testimony from a man who just lost everything. It's truly tragic to witness yet another family torn apart by greed. We have evidence. We have the defendant caught red-handed at the scene of the crime. And now we have a motive. Hey, cross-examination. How do we know he's telling the truth? Oh, was he burning the documents that signed stuff over to Malin? That's my guess. I have, of course, verified the witness's testimony. As per the law, all inheritance documents must be filed at Castletown Notary Office to be considered valid. I saw fit to prepare this for the trial. Prosecution would like to submit the Lon Ranch inheritance document into the evidence. Mr. Ingo, why would you... You should pass judgment now, Judge. Defense has nothing. We have a cross-examination. Shut up. Let me look at this. Malin will inherit the ranch. If she is unable, divide the deed between the crown and the remaining employees. Uh-huh. The remaining employee. I would like to cross-examine the witness. There are a few more details I feel are relevant. But of course, ask whatever you'd like. I, the hardworking Ingo, can handle it. Very well, defense. Please begin. Alright, time to press every sentence. Cross-examination. The matter of motive. How long ago was this exactly? 3-4 days. I'm not sure the exact date. Had it been planned for a long time? Town was getting on in years. Better take care of the matter sooner than later, eh? Malin. He is telling the truth. Father scheduled a visit to the notary office about a week ago. What do you mean by partly witness? Lieutenant. Okay. So Malin hadn't become the ranch owner yet. Of course not. Haven't you heard all the stories making rounds recently? So many ungrateful brats throwing their old folks into retirement homes and the moment ownership signed to them. Talon was no fool. I myself convinced him that it was a safer option. If the girl was up to some chicanery, he could always revert his decision. It's horrible. I'd never do that. As much as I'd like to believe that, you did much worse by killing him. Children these days, you feed them, you raise them, and they pull a stunt like this as soon as you give them an inch over yourself. He's getting very much, get off my lawn. I must concur, the younger generation is horrible. Why did he look at me while saying that? Anyway, what that meant was, as long as Talon lived, Malin could inherit it. But why would Malin want to sell the ranch right now? Why wouldn't she want to? Why would a pretty little girl like her want to work on some dingy ranch? She'd have it much better if she sold the old place and used the money to move to Castletown. That's not true. I love working with the animals. I wouldn't leave them for anything. Once again, this is the premier horse girl of Hyrule. Wow. She's often slacking on the job while I, the hard-working Ingo, have to cover her. I guess the Deku nut doesn't fall far from the tree, as they say. That Talon loved to sleep on the job, too. I do recall quite a funny story about the Lon Lon Ranch owner blocking the side entrance to Hyrule Castle for an entire day once. Guards couldn't wake him up. I took a particularly vocal Coco, apparently. Ah, jeez. Well, there you go. I'm the real reason why the ranch has such renown. Me, the hardworking Ingo. Like, that's not true at all. I know, but how do I stop this? Do you really think Malon would go that far? Killing her dad? I don't want to think it, but clearly the events speak for themselves, don't they? Why wouldn't she just wait a few more years then? Talon was getting older. Perhaps she knew more and more work would be piling onto her. But really, how am I supposed to know? Ask her. That's alright. Well, if Malon didn't want to work, wouldn't she have done this earlier? As Talon's only child, she'd still inherit the ranch. That's where you're wrong. For a long while, Talon planned to split the ranch between the girl and the crown. He was a patriotic man. He knew how much those horses meant to the royal guard. I wish he hadn't changed his mind now. Is this true? Yes, Father's previous inheritance document did work that way. How admirable. I guess familial bonds won over his drive to help the kingdom. Truly, a shame. Yes, naturally, the girl wanted the whole thing, so she bided her time. I think this sufficiently explains the timing. Let's continue, shall we? Wait just a moment. There's one more problem with the timing that I'd like the witness to explain. Why would Malon have planned the murder for the day of the royal visitation specifically? More people around means more witnesses. You'd think she would have chosen any other day. Oh, did I forget to mention this? I overheard Talon arguing with her that very morning. He was telling her he'd changed his mind again. He was planning to tell the king that he'd be signing the ranch over to the crown. After the visitation was over, he'd head to Castletown to change the inheritance back to the original split. What? Despite the victim's wishy-washiness, it would appear he did make the right choice in the end. And because of that choice, if the defendant wanted to get the ranch, she had to waste no time that day. Is this true too? Absolutely not. Father wasn't planning to do that, and there was no argument either. What to do about this argument? Ooh, I don't know. Do we add this one to the testimony? That's kind of a hard call. If we add it to testimony, we can press more about it. But that could also bite us. Yikes. Because we have this document, right? Divide the deed between the crown and the remaining employees. Okay. It's a hard question. Well, let's add it. Let's see. There was an argument about the inheritance. That sounds like an important fact to me. The defense requests to be added to the testimony. Very well. Add it. I'd be happy to, Your Honor. Alright, press this. About what time did this happen? First thing in the morning, I was heading out to the silo to start the day's work. I had just walked out the front door of the ranch house when I heard some yelling erupt behind me. You remember any specifics about what was said? Oh yes, it surprised me enough that I stopped to listen for a minute. It was all like, I'm really sorry, Mal, but the most important thing to me is make sure the king will always have a steady supply of quality horses. I don't care. What about me, Father? How can you do this to me? Now, this isn't just about you. It's for the good of the entire kingdom. What am I supposed to do? I can't move up in life if I'm stuck on this dump of a ranch forever. I thought you loved the ranch. All the animals here, and Ingo's always around to help with chores too. He's pretty great, isn't he? Yeah, Ingo's awesome, but I still hate you for this. This isn't over. Hard bet. What a stirring reenactment. I will keep my thoughts on the witness's acting skills to myself. There's no way this actually happened, though. Malin would never want to sell the ranch. Well, of course she'd say that now, you buffoon. Remember, she's under suspicion for murder. We can't trust the things she says. Well, I trust her, but the judge probably doesn't right now, and that's unfortunately what matters. Do I have anything in the court record that could refute this story? If you ask me, this whole inheritance issue could have been avoided if the crown wasn't so soft. In Gerudo Desert, there would be no question that the fortress may seize whatever it desires. Okay. Shut up, Ganon. Yeah, that's just messed up. No matter, continue your testimony, farmhand. Share with us the true nature of the defendant. It's appalling to see how ungrateful she is. She's not ungrateful, shut up. You can't! No, you can't object me! No. Shut up. That man gave everything for her. She's gotten so many expensive presents over the years. Just look at that golden necklace she's wearing. That man spoiled her rotten. In fact, I think I saw another present he was meaning to give to her on the very day he was killed. Another gift? Why yes, a little bottle of perfume, I believe. It's horrible. Talon was such a kind man. What happened to him is despicable. Is that last station? Because we know that was supposed to be gifted to Zelda. Add it. Your Honor, the defense was to add the statement about the perfume to the testimony. Bah. What are you doing? Trying to implicate the yeah, I can read. Implicate the defendant even harder? I think it's an important detail. The perfume is no, the perfume is very relevant. Because it was supposed to be a gift for Zelda. Here, okay, we press this. Where did you see this? I think it was just lying around the ranch house. Talon probably intended to give to Malin on the day he was killed. You mean this witness? Why yes, that's exactly it. Looks very expensive. If only Talon had spent as much on a salary for me, the hardworking Ingo. I get up and leave to do work at the break of dawn every day, you know? Okay. What's your relationship with this guy anyway? Well, he's been employed and living with us on the ranch for as long as I can remember, really. You know, I don't think he's ever skipped a day of work thinking about it. Not a single one. Talk about dedication. And even so, something is very much off here. Yeah, no duh. Okay. Okay, now I can present two things. I can present the inheritance document here, and I can present the perfume on like statements 6 or 7. I think I'll do the I don't know if I want to do the inherit. Okay, hold on. Let me look at these. I want to do the perfume first and then the inheritance document. Let me do this. Let me present the perfume. Witness. What is it? Just to confirm. You say that this bottle of perfume was bought from Malin by her father, correct? What else would it be for? I assure you, Talon wasn't the type to indulge in perfumes. Far from it. Well, you're wrong, witness. Oh, is that so? Was the ranch owner truly a perfume connoisseur? Oh my god, judge. No, Your Honor. The bottle of perfume was bought for the princess. Oh god, what? So what, defense? Sure, it's technically a contradiction. What does the purpose of this bottle change? Yes, defense, I admit I'm confused as well. Please explain why this point is important. Early in the trial, Malin mentioned that Talon bought this perfume in preparation last minute. Isn't that right, Malin? Sure is. We had a gift for the king prepared when the news arrived that it would actually be the princess making this visitation. Father quickly rode out to town to get a new gift. This info puts one thing into question. So... yeah, because Ingo says he's working. Someone's movements around the ranch are put in serious doubt. Someone's? Well, he was waiting in defense. This is making me want to play Ace Attorney. Flora, 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 Flora. Do it. Do it. Go down the rabbit hole. Oh, Ingo's 44 apparently. It's Ingo's. I have the trilogy, I think, but I haven't played it. Flora! Flora, you gotta play it. You gotta play it. It's so good. The witness himself. If you recall, this bottle of perfume, which had just been purchased, was found at the crime scene. A crime scene the witness supposedly never went to. He shouldn't have known about the bottle. Ah! Yeah. Let's go, hero music. The defense raises a very valid point. So I'm a great defense attorney. You simpleton. What is the meaning of this? Well, witness, did you go to the crime scene at any point? Super Mario RPG is one of your favorite games. You even streamed it once? Florida, you got VODs anywhere? No, of course I didn't. I was working in the silo all day. I remember, I saw the gift the day before the crime. That's not possible. The girl was lying. Talon must have gotten the gift the day before. Probably hiding on YouTube. Ayy. You're the one who's lying. Father didn't leave the ranch at all that day. One word's against another's. Defense? Do you have any way to prove your version of events is true? Do we have a receipt? Did Ingo burn a receipt? Oh, you're playing Super Mario RPG right now? Nice. I haven't had time to organize all my old VODs yet. Fair. Or do we just ask at the store? Ooh. I don't know, gang. What do you think? Store or receipt? So quick save. Store? Because Ingo probably burned the receipt, right? So let's go to the store. Why don't we send a soldier to ask the store owner when the bottle was bought? Bah. Do you know how many people visit that store? It's inconceivable. I can read. It's inconceivable that the owner would remember every random purchase. Where's the dude from The Princess Bride? Inconceivable. Any other ideas, defense? So we gotta find the receipt. When you buy something, you usually get a receipt. And the receipt always shows the date of purchase. It might still be at the ranch house. I say we send someone out to look for it. Father never throws receipts away. We have a drawer full of them. The perfume one should be right on top. I believe this idea has some merit. Soldiers, rush out to the ranch house immediately and search for that receipt. Your Honor. Yes? What is it, soldier? We have just received a receipt from the team stationed at the crime scene. Oh, exclamation points. Very well, thank you. I shall now read it out. There's a lot writing on this. From Tingle's... Hi, Tingle. From Tingle's Mysterious Smells. Hate that. Ah, yes, I think I've seen that store. Is that It's that eccentric looking place in the back alley. You couldn't miss the blinding neon colors if you tried. It's an utter eyesore. The gall of this nobody running monopoly on Hylian perfume is preposterous. Perhaps, but back to the matter at hand. The nerve of that dunderhead, why would anyone ever shop at a store where the owner calls every other customer a fairy? Prosecutor. And the balloons. Oh, the balloons. That fool popped one right in my face. I understand. Ganon, I understand you. Prosecutor Dragmire, enough. Going on. Item purchase. Or purchase item, whatever. 1 bottle of Rosy Rupee Land. Oh my. This is quite the price. Why, I would have to... The date, Judge. The date. Ah, yes. Date of purchase. March 16th, the day of the murder. Yeah! Order, order! Yes! We got him! Phew, I think we're finally getting somewhere. But this still doesn't mean anything. Perhaps the witness briefly went back to the ranch house for something and saw the bottle then. Yes, that's it. I was getting thirsty, so I went back to get a drink. I must have seen the bottle then. Oh, come on. You think we're gonna believe that? Do you have any proof that he didn't? Well, I believe this calls for further testimony. As the witness now claims to have visited the crime scene shortly before the murder, we should learn of his exact movements that day. Ha! My movements? Well, alright. There's not a whole lot to say, though. It's unfortunate that he managed to weasel out of that. But this next testimony will be full of lies. This is my chance. Okay, so this is going to be all the stuff about the shipments. My non-suspicious movements. Yep, okay, sure. As was already stated, I have volunteered to work in the silo. At one point, I briefly went back to the ranch house to get myself a glass of water. I went back to the silo right after that and stayed there until the courier came. I haven't been back to the ranch house at all since then. At some point, the detective came and told me what happened, and wow, was that detective one fine woman. I mean, fair, agree. See, I haven't done anything to warrant suspicion. Eat my shoes, you brat. I'm not a brat. Dude. I'll pass. There has to be something wrong in there. Can't put a flawless story together that quickly. Cross-examination. Every sentence. Let's go. Yeah, sure, you volunteered to work. Whatever, man. What were you doing? Working on shipments and fulfilling orders. We sent out crates of milk to milk bars all across the kingdom every day, you know. We send out milk bars? Naturally. Everyone loves a good drink, you know. And our milk is renowned as the best there is. If some others water theirs down. Ah! What'd I say about watered down milk? Despicable. I see. I think you said earlier that your job is to work on the structures and equipment, though. Indeed. Talon and the girl would usually be the ones overseeing milk orders. However, since the royal visitation was happening that day, I felt they needed their minds unoccupied, so I took it upon myself to do it this time. After the murder, I got scared that the Sheikah Force investigation would delay the shipment, and that I, the great Ingo, would get the blame. Thankfully, it all went through fine. No, it didn't. Yeah, you were so concerned with it sending it off quickly that you wrote the wrong delivery address on it. Bah, you Hylians, ridiculous. Getting tipsy from something like milk. Bet you couldn't handle even a sip of the Gerudo's noble pursuit, a real man's drink. A real man's drink? Aren't most of the Gerudo women? Tall ladies at that. Speaking of drinks, I believe the witness was talking about how he had gotten himself a glass of water. Yes, of course, moving all that heavy stuff around works up a sweat, you see? I got very thirsty and... Beefy ladies. Yeah. You didn't think to take just a sip of the milk you were handling? No. It wouldn't be right. The milk was for the customers, you see. I just didn't want to get into any trouble. A truly honest man. How dare you suggest he would steal from his own workplace? Bruh, he's watering down milk. Nothing much, I got my drinking left. Still had a lot of work to do, you see. I suppose I must have seen the perfume bottle then. In fact, yes, I remember it clearly now. It was there on the table playing its day. Muhaha! 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 I hate you. Oh my god. Okay. What happened after that, witness? And you were able to complete this so quickly on your own. Bah, you don't know the might of the great Ingo. What? Yeah! Pow! Wham! I get things done in no time. Are you a comic book character? I did almost break my back getting those crates out of the silo, though. There were so many, and all so heavy. It was like a puzzle in there. Shut up. Anyway, that's not important. The point is, I haven't been back to the ranch house at all since then. Oh yeah, it's a crime scene. Are you sure? Sure as can be, muhaha. You never went back in even after the crime was discovered? Bah, they wouldn't let me in. It's a crime scene, that's fair. Preserving the crime scene or some such. I couldn't even get any of my things. After I was questioned, no one gave me half a glance. I had to sleep in the stables that night. It was terrible. Yeah. Because they were saying, like, no one else lived in the house. But no, like, Ingo also lives in the house. Yeah, add that. Add that. Let me do that. Couldn't you have stayed at an inn? Bah, what am I, made of money? Think, boy. I'm just a simple ranch worker, you know? Phew, you lawyers always flaunting your wealth. Right. Sorry. Not actually sorry. I doubt one night would bankrupt this guy. Just look at what he's wearing. Could you elaborate? She's a hard-working woman who gets to the point and takes what she wants. Not to mention her impeccable fashion sense. What's not to love? That's not the part I want to elaborate on. Wow, he seems to be totally smitten with her. Sure does. I wonder how Impa feels about it. Hey! A7 Cat, thank you for the follow.
Welcome.
Much preach, much preach. Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna start calling you guys my deck of cards. Going with the whole tarot theme still. If you guys hate it, let me know. Welcome in. Welcome in. Do you prefer cat or like A? Or 7 even? Oh, hold on, I gotta crack my knuckles. Get the arthritis out. There we go. A7 or cat's fine. Got you. Alright. You thought you could distract me. The genius ranch worker, Ingo, C3C. Okay, bet, Ingo, bet. Alright. You sticking to that story, huh? So, yeah, I'm gonna deck you guys. Listen, I already do, like, tarot readings. Y'all can redeem those, so y'all are part of my deck of cards. It works. It's thematic. Just shut up. I'm very tired. Alright. Yeah, it was a desperate fix, but it holds up surprisingly well. I can't really believe this is the same Mr. Ingo I know. He's usually so nice. He's greedy. Malin, he's greedy. Alright, let's take a look. There has to be a piece of evidence or a profile. Okay. Let's look. Let's, so we can press him on the shipments. We can also look at the profiles. Because, let's see. Okay. working the silo. Ranch house. Silo right to the courier came. Haven't been back to the ranch house since. So I need him to talk about the milk shipment. Another court record. Also, I'm just noticing that the menu select sounds here. Jeez. Okay. Shipments, Lana Milks. What do I present on though? Started working the silo. Milk shipments. Represent the milk shipments here or on the first sentence. I think it's here. I think I present the milk shipments here. Because I gotta get him talking about this so we can get him to trip up. What is save? Alright, cool. Save states, baby. I think it's here. I don't, do I? Couldn't connect a flawless. So, gaping hole link. Are you implying ranch workers are stupid? That's not what I meant. On the other hand, certain attorneys definitely are. So what you just presented is entirely meaningless. Okay. Dupe. Don't worry about it. We're not losing a heart. We're gonna do this perfectly. Shut up. Let me look at profiles. Let's see. Smarmy. That's a good word for him. Back to the ranch house. Do I present the... No, we've already seen the perfume bottle. We're back to the silo right after that and stayed there until the courier came. Do I have like a shipment manifest or something? Maybe it's this one? What do you think of the statement, Your Honor? Nope. Okay, so it's not that one. Where do I present stuff about the shipments? I haven't been back to the ranch house since. Okay, yeah, you like input. That's fine. Whatever. Maybe it's not here. Maybe it's on... Maybe it's on the first sentences. So... Or maybe I present the milk. Okay, it's gotta be one of these to start getting him talking about the milk. Because we have to, like, unravel his scheme about watering down the milk because he's cheap. He's definitely in cahoots with, like, Ganon over there. They're going against the crown, man. That left... I don't know, it's gotta... Nope, not that one. It's literally quicker just to reset it. This also reminds me that I need to play more Echoes of Wisdom. Yeah, you do, Flora. Let's see. Maybe it is this. Nope. Love you too, Mr. Psychic. I'll be down in a minute. I just want to try and find Ingo's objection here. Oh, hobbits! They're taking the hobbits to Isengard. Let's go. I need you to no. Okay, Suavemente, thank you. Alright, hold on.
Stop it.
This is Flora, god dang it. Fine, I'll stop sitting on my feet. Alright, hold on. Pause that for a second. Pause the game for a second. I need you guys to know something, actually. Today is the anniversary of they're taking the hobbits to Isengard. That video came out today in, like, I want to say, God, like 2008 or something. Hold on. Oh god, 2006. Oh my god, it's nearly 20 years old. Oh my god, I'm old. But today is the day of they're taking the hobbits. It's the anniversary of they're taking the hobbits to Isengard. It is 19 years old. Welcome to feeling old with Psychic. Flora. 19 years, Flora. That video can legally drink in the US. Almost. You can vote, not drink. Are you telling me I've been out of high school almost 20 years? Yes, Flora, yes. I am telling you that. What am I presenting here? Alright, so you volunteered to work in the silos. Why did you volunteer to work in the silos? Should we present this? Because Malin usually works in the silos as her dad. Let me try that. No, it's gotta be one of the profiles. It wants me to use one of the profiles. Let me try Malin. Nope. So, because Malin and Talon would work in the silos, why did you volunteer? Alright. What is it? What am I supposed to present you? Or do I do the perfume bottle here? Or do I have to have him say what time it was? I went back to stayed right after that. Stayed there until the courier came. What time did the courier come? Do we have that? A little while after the crime. I haven't been back to the ranch house at all. Let's see. Did I do the autopsy? No. What am I presenting here? Hold on. So I need him to get to talking about the milk shipments. That's my goal here. So we need to tell him, we need him to tell us what time. Let me look at the inventory here. Okay. He's talking about the crates. You stayed at the silo
The oil. It's the oil. Okay.
You stayed at the silo the whole time. I don't think so. We know someone made a fire around the time of the crime, and the only one who could have been is you.
We found it, guys. We found it.
A fire? Oh, yes, the fire. I suppose I did forget to mention that, didn't I? Ingo! Huh. Yes, I did light a fire at one point, I admit. Everyone was busy preparing for the visitation in the morning. I didn't have time to eat. So I decided to make myself something while I worked. In fact, that reminds me. Yes, that's also part of why I went to get myself that glass of water. The breakfast I was cooking burned a little. I needed something to wash it down with.
Hard bet.
See, defense, what did I tell you? Fire's completely irrelevant. He not only dismissed the contradiction, but managed to strengthen the story, too. I'm glad we finally laid that mystery to rest. Defense, is that all you wish to ask during the cross-examination? Solved the mystery? No way. No, Your Honor. I would like to keep this cross-examination for a bit longer. Very well. One shall update his statement. And further, please not to omit any details, no matter how small. Okay, so we get to press him on that. Tell me about your breakfast. Didn't think to just take a sip of milk. No. Okay, so it's gonna be the same thing. The milk is for the customers. Okay. Yes, let's get through this. I've already seen the sentence. Am I drinking left? Okay, so had breakfast. Do. You Do I present the milk? Let's try it. Nope. Let me see this. Well, we gotta get him to tell us what time he had breakfast. Let's see, you didn't see Talon? What if I just present this? Nope, not yet. Okay. What if I present the profile of Impa? I want to see what happens. Nope. Okay. Here, you know what? This is actually a pretty good place to pause, because I need to think this through and not just like, just keep hitting reset. Anyways, this is gonna be a good place to pause. For me at least, because it's also getting late and I gotta get the child to sleep. So, okay, I'm playing more of this tomorrow. I already have a save going, like, we're good. Okay. We're playing more of this tomorrow. We're gonna start right in the middle of this court case. Chat, I'm telling you so I remember. We have to get Ingo to talk about the milk shipments. This is our goal. Okay, chat? You got me, chat? Okay. You got it. I got it. We all know it. I gotta get the child to sleep, so I will jump back on tomorrow night with more of this. In the meantime, I'm gonna send all y'all over. Oh, Suavemente. Thank you for the Suavemente, Flora. Also, thank you everyone who rated and followed and everything. Y'all are amazing. I don't know if I've said that enough, but I really appreciate
the follows and the raids and everything and interacting with people. It's so cool. And thank you guys so much. Oh, now my brother chats. Hi. Alright, let's see who's doing stuff tonight. Let's see, who do we got? Let's see who's doing stuff tonight. Okay, I'm gonna send you guys over to Affinity Chris. They're doing a Fallout New Vegas. They're playing every Fallout game in order because they're a little cracked. So I'm gonna send you over to Chris. If you like Fallout, have fun with that. In the meantime, guys, I'll be back tomorrow. I'm playing more of this. I'm really enjoying this. The ROM hack, again, for anyone who wants to play it, it's called Hero of Law. Just type that in. You'll find it. Anyways, guys, have a great night. I will see you tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel.